Good morning, everyone. So, anyone tried that table reusable component remaining programs? Anyone tried? Table reusable component. Anyone tried? Okay, this one open with live server. Open with live server. Yeah, this is a list reusable component, right? Same like that. I want a table reusable component. I want a table reusable component. Anyone tried? Okay, I already given the source code to you. Already I given the source code to you. Okay, anyone try? You can unmute and talk.
Yes, sir. In drop downs, I have the issues.
Okay. Okay, let's complete the table reusable component first. Multiple times we are going to use this table reusable component. Listen carefully. Okay. First, let's go with our requirement. The requirement is like very simple. Like this. Let's go to Kalam Schools. kalamschools.com. React programs. Which program? Table reusable component. Go to editor. Maximize. Okay. Now, like this, I want here. Same like this only I want. Okay. For the first table, data representation is what? First table data representation is what? How many students are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 students. Here how many? 2 students are there. 5, 2. Okay, 5 if you want to mention, the data type should be what? 5 if you want to mention, the data type should be what? Array. Okay, for this an array. Array contains what? Array contains what?
Marks.
Okay, array contains student details or not. It is like only student name, only marks, not like that. Student information, name and marks, like that. So if you want to tell something about student, which data format is recommended one? Object. So array of objects. How many? How many? 5. Array of 5 objects is the data format for this particular view. Here, array of
Players.
Two objects.
Each and every object contains how many properties by seeing this template?
2.
Okay, 2. Here how many? 3 or 3 or not? Okay, let's start. Okay, very simple here. The reusable component. Let's go. Come on, table, right? Table.html. Let's get the basic skeleton first. My hello.html, Control A, Control C. Okay. Now let's start the game. Okay, div, close my div. So that data representation first. Data representation first. Data representation. Can I take this one? Up to here, can I take it? Any problem to you? This is what? Come on, this is what? Array of 5 objects related to student information or not. Okay, collapse it. The next one is what? Data representation. The next data representation is what? Okay, players. Players. Okay, this is my players information. This is my players information. Done. Okay, now I have the data now. I have the data. Okay, then next. Now you want me to write one table for this, one table for this, or you want me to create a reusable component? What do you want me to do?
Reusable component.
Reusable components or not? Reusable component or not? So can I create the table first? Okay, how we can create the table?
Table.
Yeah, table, right? Okay, table. Next, first of all, create the component. Okay, constant table. Come on, it should return what?
Table.
One table, right? One table. Okay, table, one for players, one for what? One for,
Student.
so that, okay, one table for players, one table for students. So can I ask the title? Can I ask them
Yes.
the title? Okay, the title is not a hard coded one. It should coming from where?
Font.
From where? Coming from outside. If the data which is coming from outside to my table, very important way, because in future we are going to write our own components, we are going to use it. Okay, how to write our own component is very important. Okay, requirement you have to understand first. This particular table I want to use for players heading. Okay, in the table, okay, I want to add players heading as well as students heading. So my heading is like what? Dynamic value. That should coming from where? Outside. If it is coming from outside, how we can represent the data which is coming from outside?
Props.
Using props or not. So that can we get the data from the props? Props is which type? Always
Object.
object type. So you decide, you are the creator. You are first. Okay, you are the creator. I am the user. Once you create it, then only, right? I can use it. You are the creator. You decide which keys. Okay, you decide the key for heading. What is the key you want me to write? Come on.
Heading.
Heading or title or whatever it is. Can I add the title?
Yes.
Okay, you are the creator. I am the user. So I want to use that one. How you can use that table? Table by
Table.
using how many props I have to pass by seeing this.
One.
One prop.
One prop. What is the key? What is the key?
Title.
Any key? You want me to put any key like this? No, right? If I
Title.
pass like this, no error. But you pass with the SS key, but he retrieves what? He is expecting what? Title.
Title.
What he is expecting with that key only, right? You have to pass the data. Yes or no? Yes or no? Okay, this is for what? Players. All are okay so far, good? Open with live server, students and players. Perfect. Next. I need a table. Okay, how you can create the table? By using table. One by one. Table tag. Come on. Border is required or not required? Required. Table contains what? How many pods? Heading pod.
Head.
Heading pod. The next one is what?
Body.
Body pod. Up to here, okay? Now, can you come here and refresh the page? Okay, see, there is no data, nothing is there. It's showing like dots only. That's okay, fine. That's okay. Next. Next. Come on. Heading. How many headings? Based on your requirement, you can tell. Headings. Come on.
Two headings.
Two
Two
headings.
heading.
The first student is this one, second student is this one. First of all, my heading is what? One. Come on, my heading is what? One row. Yes or no? My heading is like one row or not. In this particular row, how many TH you want me to prepare? Here, how many? Two. Here, how many?
Three.
Three. So that you want me to prepare TH like hard coded like this, okay? Hard coded like this, or you want me to prepare the TH dynamically? Yeah? If you hard code like this, no error, but my requirement not satisfied. Say this. Students, okay, name marks, players name marks, name marks,
No.
no, right? So that now this particular TH pod, we should not, okay, we should not hard code. It should be depending upon the data, what they expecting, which TH they has to, we have to create. Okay, can you ask them only the data? Yes or no? Okay, now tell me, you are expecting what now? Title as well as what? Come on,
Array.
headings, right? Headings array or not? Headings. Okay, I am expecting headings or headers. 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 Okay, no, not here, right? Here. Headers. Okay, now headers is which type?
Array.
Array.
Now
It's a
at
property.
I am not using anything, right? Headers I am not using. So that can be any. Hey, keep on mute. That can be any type or not. So I'm using like this. Listen carefully. I'm using like this. Now you can say headers is which type?
Function.
Array.
Array,
Function.
array type. Headers is array type or not? On the array only, right? I can call map. If it is not array, how we can call it? Map. On array only we can call, right? You are calling map means the prefix should be what? Array or not? Now tell me. Anybody want to use the table? He has to pass two props, title and headers. Header should which type? Header
Array
should
type.
Array type.
type or not? My array contains what? Elements. Elements. So map method, syntax tell me.
Element index
Other
array.
syntax tell me.
Callback function.
It's take one callback function or okay, it's take one callback function. Okay, now let's start. It's take one callback function. Next. Go on, next. This callback function calls a map by passing how many arguments?
3.
3 arguments.
What are those? Element,
Element,
Index.
index,
Array one.
original array.
what name? Map method returns me what? Map method returns me what?
Array.
Array.
Okay, returns me an array or not. In the TR, okay, you want me to place THs so that it should returns what? Array of THs or not. How many THs? Later we'll discuss. Yes or no? Okay, how many THs they are going to prepare based on the headers or not? For example, I pass like two headers, name and mocks. So how many THs they are going to prepare?
2.
Two THs or not. Place inside where? TR. That is
Yeah.
we had inside the table. So can I pass here an element? Now can I add the unique identity? What is that? Table head plus IND. Color okay. Now by seeing this one, header is which type? Headers is which type? By seeing this code, headers is which type?
Array.
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 Array contains normal values. Array contains object by seeing this one, by seeing this code only. First time element you can get it. That element directly you are using. Am I use like element dot something like that? Am I use anywhere?
No.
No, right? That is nothing but what? A normal text type.
Normal value.
And you are not. So array of objects, array of normal elements.
Array of normal elements.
Elements or not. So who want to use this particular table has to pass one more prop called as the headers. Which type? Which type headers? Headers which type?
Array of
Object type.
Array. Okay, this is not, don't think like an object, it is an expression. Wait, don't. It is like an array or not. Array of how many headers you want me to prepare for my students? Based on my requirement for my students, how many headers you want me to prepare? Come on.
Sir, your voice is little low. Can you come close to mic?
Is it okay now? What about remaining people?
Yeah, it is fine for us.
It's fine. Me also.
Okay then. Now name and mocks he has to pass it. So here first element is what? Name. Second element is what? Mocks.
Marks.
Okay. For my players one, headers, it is an array. It is an array. See the outside expression. This is the expression. Okay. This is an array. This is my actual value of what? Name. The next runs. The next location or not. Names, runs, and location. Now see the view. Now if I refresh the page, now observe. Name mocks for student prepare. For my players, name, runs, location prepared or not. All are okay so far good?
Yes.
Oh, perfect. Now let's come back to next one. Okay, header spot done. Now focus on the body. Focus on the body. In the body, what we need to place? What we need to place? Body section contains what?
Rows. 3 rows.
Number of rows. Number of rows. How many rows you want me to place For my students one, how many rows you want me to place for my what? For my players one, how many rows? For my students table, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 rows. For my players table, how many? 2 rows. That is completely depending upon what? Your data, right? Your data, if you observe, my students contains how many objects? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Data representation 5. How many rows you have to create? How many rows you have to create?
5 rows.
My players data contains what? 2 objects here. How many rows you have to create?
2 rows.
Rows are- Okay, now come here. Okay, see, you are the creator. You have to create first. After that, only remaining people can use it. Okay, let's start. Now, I am expecting, I'm going to write the code. Now, how many props are expecting my table now? Total 3 props. Title is which type? It's a string. Headers is which type? I'm using with the map, so that my headers is which type? An array or not? Same like that. Okay, I'm going to write some code like this. Data dot map. My data is which type now? Data is which type now?
Array.
Array
Object.
type. Array type or not? On array only we can call map. This expression for what? In the JSX, if it is like any JavaScript code you written, that should be enclosed with what? An expression or not? All are okay. So for good. Okay, same story. Map method. Take one callback function as an argument. It's take element, call element, index. Okay, original array. That is not required for. And returns table row. If I write like this, now tell me, in my data array, how many elements are there? That many TRs it is going to prepare and place inside the body or not? Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, can I give one key for this? Table row plus index. Yeah. All are okay? Now, who want to use this table? This guy. Okay, has to pass what? Has to pass what?
Array of objects.
Data, right? Okay, data, right? Data, one prop key, right? Okay, where is your data? Your actual data where? This is my data. So that he is expecting one array. So that can I pass my actual data here for what? Students. The next one is what? Next one is what?
Player.
My student contains how many elements? 5. So that
5.
how many rows created?
5
5.
rows.
Players contains 2. 2 rows should be create or not. So can I refresh my page? My okay name marks. So here how many? 5 rows. Here how many? 2 rows or not? Can we check it? Is it really created or not? Now go to my elements tab. Okay, this is my students table. In my table body, how many rows created? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, this is the next one. Okay, next players table. In my players table body, how many rows created? How many rows? Come on.
2.
2 rows created. That is on our requirement, right? So far satisfied? Okay, then perfect. Now, come on, focus on the row now. In this particular row, for my students table, how many columns has to place?
2 columns.
For my students table, each and every row should contain how many rows? How many TDs? Every row.
2 DDs.
5.
2 TDs.
2 TDs only.
Okay, you can use short window. Okay, 2 TDs or not? 2 TDs or not? Okay, there has multiple rows are there. Here is one row, here is one row, here is one row, like that. Okay, 5 rows are there. Every row contains 2 columns or not? 2 TDs or not? Okay, here each and every row contains how many? Each and every row contains how many? Okay, 3 TDs or not? Yes or no? So my TDs don't hard code like this. Okay, TD. Okay, TD. Like this, if you hard code, then what happened? Each and every row, always 2 TDs only or not? Here, yes, hard code value you can put it. Yes, yes. Now, if I refresh the page, observe here. Every row contains 2 TDs only or not? See this. Okay, here this one satisfied, but this one not, right? So you need to prepare the TDs also or columns also dynamically or not. Okay, so for my players one, you have to tell like, hey, create 3 columns, okay, 3 TDs. For my students, hey, can you create like a 2 TDs only? Like that you have to tell. So this TD, don't hard code it. You have to prepare dynamically or not. All are agreed? So how we can prepare it dynamically? Okay, let's come here. Okay, can you ask the columns? Very simple. Okay, can you ask the columns? How many props now? How many props now? 4 props. What is the type of columns? I don't know at this moment. Now, if I use like this, what is the type? It is what? It is what? An array or not? Columns is like an array. So here I'm going to write like map method, same story. Okay, element. Okay, here also element, here also element. See this. It is like for loop, inner for loop. So don't use like same key, global and local. Then what happened? It's a kind of like overriding the previous value with the new value or not. Here you can give some other, whatever it is, key or whatever it is. Key or whatever it is, you can use it. Okay, key. The next one is what? The next one is what? Come on. The next one is what? Index. Common, right? Okay. Now return what? Return TDs or not. Okay. Can I add? Okay. My unique identity. What is that? My TD underscore plus key. Plus key IND. Yes. Okay. Yes or no? Agree with me? Okay. Now, see, it gives me an error. By seeing this one, can anyone tell me what error message? Can anyone expect? Error message. Okay, unmute and talk. Okay, keep on mute. Who want to talk? Who don't want to talk? Just keep on mute.
Undefined.
Exact error message I want. It gives me an error message. Okay, what exact error message?
Columns undefined.
Columns undefined.
Perfect. Okay, columns undefined. Error message, can anyone tell?
Cannot call map on one if.
Perfect. Cannot read property. Okay, cannot read property of undefined calling map or not. Yes or no? Cannot read property of undefined calling map or not. Why? Why means my columns you are expecting from which object? Props. So this particular table passed that particular props object or not? Tell me. Okay, that particular property passing or not? 3 properties are passing. Columns property there or not there? Not there. If inside the object one property is not there, what is the default value? Undefined. So on undefined, can I perform some operation? On undefined, can I perform some operation? No, right?
No.
In JavaScript. So who want to use this particular table? Who want to use this particular table? What has to do? It has to pass columns also or not?
All the data values.
Columns is which type? Columns which type?
Number.
Array.
Columns which type? Array type.
Array.
Okay, here columns which type?
Array.
Array type or not? How many columns you want me to prepare? 2, right? 1, 2. Random values you can give it. After that, we can change it. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Now, here columns you prepared like what? 2 columns here prepared. Here, how many columns prepared? 3 columns. Or not. Working. Table structure is okay.
Yes.
Table structure is okay.
Yes.
Yes. So now in this particular column, I want to place some data, right? Okay, tell me in this code, where is your whole data, complete data, array of objects, where it is? Line number. Complete data, where it is?
31.
Line number 25 is my data or not? Complete data. Okay,
Yes.
this is which type? Data is which type?
Array.
Array of what?
Array
Complete
Array of objects.
array of correct. Array of objects.
Array of object.
Perfect. First type, it gives me what? First object or not? What is my first object? Okay, that may be student object or that may be player object or not. So
Yes.
let's think like a student. Let's think like a student object. Okay, so how my student object is looks like? ELE equals to, it is an object, his name is there and his marks there.
Yes.
His name and marks. Come on, next. Name and marks. Next. If you want this name, come on. If you want this name, my question is very simple, straight question. If you want to take the data from the object, what inputs are required? If you want to take the data from this particular object, S1 is required. What inputs are required?
E.
E.
One is like object is required. Okay, next one is like key is required or not. Then only, right, we can get the data. Now, in the whole code, okay, you have an object or not. Where is my object? This is my array of objects. Every time this is my object or not. From that object, if you want to retrieve the data, what is required? Come on, what is required? Keys are required or not? Keys are required or not? So in the TD, from this particular object, can I change this one to object? Any problem to you? From this object, I want to retrieve the data means I need a key or not. But here, see, columns you are passed like 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Instead of passing 1 to 1, 2, 3 like that, can I pass a proper keys now? You know, right? That data format and everything. If you know data, then the keys also you know, right? You can come to know or not. So for this particular one, instead of 1, 2, which keys you want me to pass? Come on. Name, exact keys. Name. Next one is what? Yes. Okay, instead of passing 1, 2, 3, can I pass like a proper keys? What? Name,
Location.
and location. Now my columns is like an array. First key is what? Name. My object contains, okay, name and marks. My key is like name. How we can retrieve the data from the object? Object. How we can retrieve the data?
object dot.
Dot key.
Now tell me, my key is a static value or dynamic value to hold some variable?
Static.
Is it static or dynamic?
Dynamic.
Dynamic, right?
Dynamic.
Holds name, location like that, right? If it is dynamic value, do you want me to go with the dot notation or square bracket notation? Always go with the square bracket notation. If it is a dot notation, it is looking for KEY key. In my object, anywhere KEY key is there, name location is there. Key is a dynamic or not? Then the time you can go with what? Square bracket notation. Now it should be what? Inside? Come on.
Expression.
Expression or not? That's it. The requirement done. Okay. Yes, sir. Yes or no? Now you can control everything from here. How many headers you want me to prepare? I don't want runs. Can I remove this one? Okay. If you remove there, can I remove this one also?
Yes.
Okay. Now can you come here? Okay. Yes or no? My data object can contains 100 properties. Which properties you want me to place within the table? That properties only can you pass to my table? Will work or not? Will work or not?
No.
Okay. So any questions so far? Are you okay with this? Very, very important. Why? Because in future we are going to write our own components. Okay. We are going to use in our application.
So if location has 2 location, it's a array. So how we manage through this?
Yeah, this one is like a 2 locations. You
Yes.
decide. Okay. Now here, okay, an array is there. an array is there. Now, if you come here at one time, okay, you can get the key is like what? Key is like what? My key what? Name, marks, okay. The next one is what? Name, location or not? Name, location. Location is which type? Tell me now.
Array.
Okay, now here you have to write if my key equals to location, you know that one, right? Okay, if my key is like location, it is like in which format it is coming? It is like in which format it is coming, the value?
Array.
Array format or not? You have to prepare that value, how to take the data from the array, you know or not? You have to prepare that one and you have to place the value here. Okay, one ternary operator, you can write it. If my key equals to LOC, then that time I want something like this. Otherwise, I want to something like this. This particular value should be what? You have to prepare that value based on your requirement or not. That is our next level discussion. Okay, say this. JSON placeholder.com users are there. In this case, I want lang. Okay, so how we can get it? Okay, this is not a direct property of your object, right? Okay, I have an address inside the geo, inside that latitude like that. So how we can retrieve the data? We'll see that one that time. If you know array methods and string methods, you can do anything. Object, write the condition, perform some operation. What do you want to do with that array? Yes, you have an array. What do you want me to do with that array? What do you want me to do with this array? In the array, there has two locations are there. As you said, there has two locations are there. Okay, here, two locations are there. What do you want me to do? These two locations you want me to display? What do you want me to do? Come on. These two locations you want me to display? Hello? Are you able to hear
Yeah,
me?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, if you want to display the two locations, one is like Mumbai, another one is like something like this. Okay, here. Now, in which format you want? Okay, if I run this one, how it looks like, say this. If I run this one, okay, now say this, Mumbai and Ranch. Okay, both are like displayed. But you want only first one or second one or something, then what do you have to do? What do you have to do? If my key is like LOC, you can get the first one or second one or third one, like that. You have to write the code on.
Using index.
Now here you have to write it. Okay, one ternary operator, you can write it. If my key equals to what? LOC, then that time, otherwise this one. Otherwise this one. Can I refresh the page? SS printed or not? You want SSR? You want SSR?
No.
In this particular data, okay, I want something like the first value, the second value, the third value, like data. Okay, you can perform some operation how you want. Mumbai, Delhi. If you want second one is what? Ranchi and VSK. Working or not? Yes or no? Based on your requirement, whatever you want, you can do it. It's a single line, but whose code you want to write, you can write here. Write the logic. Write the logic here. Take one switch place, location for one logic. Another one is like another logic. Like that, you can write it. Okay. Now, at least you can work on this example. Can you do it now? Any questions, anyone? Okay. The next level concept is life cycle pages. Life cycle pages. Okay, can you complete these things from uijavakit.com? What things we covered? Okay, now React. Can you go to React? Everything updated. Now we can follow these notes. Introduction, JSX, Create components without JSX. Without JSX, anyone read it? Go on, just try to understand, read it. If you have any questions, let me know. State and props, variables, conditional rendering, events, take form data, apply styles. Okay, apply styles, two ways we discussed, inline styling and external. Module CSS styled components as not discussed. We'll discuss later. How much part we completed, you can see. Okay, share the data completed, context and list and keys completed or not. Lists and keys. Okay, the next one is like what? Life cycle methods. Life cycle phases. Okay, up to here you can complete. Okay, I have one component is there. This is my component. It has some content is like this. It has some content is like this. Now tell me, whenever you write like this, if you not load, what is the use of this component? Just it's a matter of you written some piece of code. That's it. That's it. If you not use, okay, if you not load, what is the use of this component? There is no use, right? Yes or no? Come on. Now you should have to use it or not. You should have to use it or not. Whenever you use, what content it is going to load inside the browser? What content it is going to load? Such. That's common, right? Such. After some time, after 10 minutes, I thought like this content is not required for me. I want to make it like Dhoni. Possible or not possible? After 10 seconds, if you want to perform some operation or button click, I want to change it into Dhoni. Possible or not possible? Simply.
It's possible.
Possible, right? Okay, the same component only after 10 minutes, it's turned to be like what? Dhoni or not. Yes or no? After 30 minutes, I decided like this component is not required. Okay, I want some other component. So I can remove this particular component from my browser. Possibility there or not there? Okay, if you want, you loaded means. If you don't want, you can unload it or not. Yes or no? To load one option is there means to unload also one option should be there, right? Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes or no? Okay, now this is one more phase. See, any component you can take it. In their entire life, they may enter into 3 phases. Any component you can take. First, you created a component. That component should load inside the browser. That is nothing but what? Can I say loading phase? Yes or no? Loading phase. Once the component loaded, based on my requirement, that content I want to change it. Possibility there or not there? Is nothing but what? Component is there, but content changed. That is nothing but what? Updating or not. After 30 minutes, what I decided? I don't want that component. So what do you have to do?
Unloading.
Unloading or not. Terminology wise, okay, don't call like loading, mounting. Okay, this is, you can say updating phase only. This is what? Unmounting. Any component you can take in their entire life, they may enter into how many pages? They may enter into how many pages? They may enter into 3 phases or not. One is like mounting phase. Another one is like what? Come on. One is like mounting phase. Another one is like updating phase. The next one is like what? Unmounting phase or not. Unmounting phase or not. Okay. Now as a developer, I want to track it. A first time load, I want to do some operation. Okay, once my updation is completed, I want to perform some operation. Okay, before unmounting, before die, I want to do something. Okay, like that, my requirements are there for each and every phase. So how we can handle, how I can come to know, hey, this is my mounting phase. Hey, it is like updating phase. Hey, this component is going to die. It is like unmounting phase. As a developer, how I can track the phases of your component. That is our next level discussion. Got my point? Any component they can take in their entire life, they may enter into how many phases? 3 phases. They may enter into how many phases? 3 phases. Mounting phase, updating phase, and unmounting. Got my point? Okay, my requirement is in my mounting phase, I want to perform some operation. How I come to know? It is like mounting phase. Okay, updating phase. Once my Sachin turned to be Dhoni, immediately I want to do something, some operation. How I can come to know as a developer? Hey, my updation is completed. Sachin turned to be Dhoni. Okay, this component is going to unmount. Just before that, I want to do something. Okay, how I can come to know? It is going to die within few seconds. Okay, those things I want to track it for every phase. Okay, programmatically, I want to track. How we can track? That is our next level discussion. Okay. All are agreed? Any questions? So can you complete this stuff from this? Okay, how many programs you can complete? Find some, check prime, arithmetic operations, print reverse, add item to list. Who completed? Anyone completed this? Add item to list. Okay, these all questions in the interviews they asked like instantly, can you write a program? That kind of questions. Add item to list. Anyone completed or not? Yeah.
So can you please explain add item to list program within two?
Add item to list, very simple, right? See.
Yeah.
This is your text box. Okay. This is your button. At the time of clicking on the button only, right? I want to add one item to the list.
Yeah.
First, this is my ordered list. The
Okay.
data, initial data is what? Say this. Initial data is what? I created on state variable. What is my initial data? Empty. First,
empty.
no data, nothing. Okay.
Yeah.
Whenever I do the change here, I want to take the data from the text box, right? How many ways you can take the data from the text box? Tell me. How many ways we can take the data from the text box?
Use ref.
Use ref as well as on change.
On change.
Okay.
Yeah.
On change. So by using on change, okay, I see this. I triggered an event. Whatever I get the value that is updated in the state variable or not. So this is my data. Agreed? Text box.
Yeah.
Data.
Okay.
Whenever you click on the button, in my data, okay, data is what? First time array empty, right?
Yeah.
Right? Okay, in that particular the array, entered name is there or not there? By using includes method. If it is there, it returns me true. Otherwise, it returns me false. There or not there, it is going to check. There
Yeah.
means true. True opposite is what? False. Yes or no? False
Yeah.
means not there. Not there opposite means true. If it is not there, then that time I want to add it. How we can add? How we can update the data like this? So
Sure.
why I use this one? Can anyone explain me this part? This part.
Yeah, it's
Sachin Dhoni already you added. Kohli if I add, then the time you want me to override Sachin Dhoni, you want me to append Kohli to Sachin Dhoni.
Append.
Append, right? So that I have to create an array. First, get Sachin and Dhoni. How we can get the elements of an array, or how we can get the properties of an array, properties of an object by using spread operator. Spread operator not only works for object, it is works for what? Array also or not. So how many elements are there in the array? You can get the elements. Okay, you can add your new element. Both are merged as a array and updated where inside my data variable or not. Yes or no? Once my state variable got updated, that is going to re-render again. Okay, with my new data or not.
yes.
Yes or no? Okay.
Yeah.
Now you can see here. Now first I enter like a Sachin. Can I add to list? Yes, Sachin added. Now already there, Sachin already existed in the list or not? Okay.
Yeah.
This one is executed or not? Okay, now if I put like Dhoni, okay, just I can put like Dhoni. Okay.
Yeah, it will be done.
Yeah, same like that, filter data also, just try. Table reusable component, you can do it now. Okay, so first, how many? 6 programs. And shoot game. Shoot game, you may understand, may not, I don't know. Okay, why? Because we are using like use effect and everything. So once I complete my life cycle methods, okay, life cycle, see use effect. I'm not sure, it's not discussed, right? Once the life cycle phases are done, that time, okay, you can go through this particular program. If you understand this program, if you are able to do by your own this program, that is enough. Okay, so many concepts covered in this shoot game. So many concepts. Okay, so far what we discussed, each and every concept covered here. Agreed? Okay. So first 6 programs you can complete. Okay, remaining programs, food game we'll see later after 2 days. Okay. Next sorting and login page and accordion we'll see. We'll add 10 more programs later. Okay, like this at least for 30 to 40 frequently asked programs we are going to add here. Okay.
Sir, when we will start for Node.js?
Node.js 10 days. Okay,
How many days to complete this total course during
1 month.
on the end of the August?
Yes.
Yeah.
When this batch started, exactly 3 months you can calculate starting.
June 15, sir. It will be started on June 15.
July 15, August 15. Okay. September. Okay. September first week you can.
Yeah.
Okay. Any questions, anyone? Just practice. You can get the things by practicing only. All are like same only. Just do practice. If you practice, you can easily get the things. I'm sure that. Working people just you can draw.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, who want to put some experience, you people should have to focus more. How to practice. Okay. Okay then. Thank you guys. Bye.